Sunday it used to be a family day. So that day itakuwa ni maantes wangu ndo wanapika wote pamoja, and it will be a great dish that is done, maybe pilau, biryani, something a bit elaborate katika kula. And in the end, our duty was sisi ni kuosha vyombo. So you'd find my sisters and my cousin, moja na wash, moja na rinse, mwingine ana dry na mwingine anapanga. There was no such division of labor as hii kazi ya wanaume nyinyi mshakula, nendeni mkacheze mpira, kazi ya wanawake kuosha.
We live in an era in which the nature, function and structure of the family have been thrown into question. The new trend in the family today is that the father has become the fun parent. He takes the kids to the park to play games as the mother does the house chores. One of the most striking features of the Muslim society is the importance attached to the family. Mudathir Ahmed is a husband and a father of 3. He understands just how important a man is to the family.
I think it was easy for a man zamani. A man zamani, all the requirement that he had was to provide for the family and come back home in a very thundering voice and wait for food. That's notwithstanding, they've done great work to raise the ancestry for generations and generations. But a man today is required to do so many other things. And not as mandatory or requirement in life, lakini is the environment around him imebadilika sana.
The family unit is regarded as the cornerstone of a healthy and balanced society.
Mwanamume sio just providing for the family is mandatory, but he should also make sure that not only the financial quotient is high, but also the intelligent quotient, spiritual quotient, and emotional quotient for the family. Yote, it is under him. Yeye ndo mas'ul for his family.
The conversation surrounding the role of men and the role of women centers around what one gender should do for the other.
I'm happy. Even when I got married, my wife allowed me access to the kitchen. So we could cook together. I would cook something, she would try. She would cook me something that I would try. And naturally, paka time ikafika where we found a balance of all our recipes. And now we enjoy, we share the kitchen together, which is a very fine thing that I enjoy. In fact, on Sundays, most of the time, breakfast or Saturday breakfast, that's me. And my kids really enjoy that. And I make them participate in what we do. Like, another one would do tomatoes, another tell them, okay, now pour it into the oil, and that's how we do it.
Most men believe that being a good provider means supporting a family financially. But is that all?
The only problem we have is when we let cultures and tradition come in place of our religion, which is fundamental part of our constitutional lifestyle. All these things we are told to follow. He is the Uswatun Hasana, the best of all examples. And why do you have to feel shame following the best of all examples?
A man, despite all, should also contribute to the emotional, spiritual and mental well-being of his family.
Domestic chores are very, very important. Number one, it allows you to bond with your partner. It allows your partner to feel like a partner but not like a slave. It allows her to know that she is your partner and she is your love and not your maid. See, that is very, very absolutely crucial. And you show her that, you know what, I can come to your level and enjoy what you do, and you can come to my level and enjoy what I do. And that is absolutely crucial in a very potent and viable relationship, in a very loving relationship.
As a kid growing up, you need someone to look up to. Unfortunately, the trends have changed.
Most of the people mistake this to be physical things, financial things. You see, in the leave out the nurture part, the emotional and spiritual part, which is the most important role that you're supposed to play. It's not just hardware. Software plays the most important role in shaping behavior and mannerism of a child in a household. They learn from what you do. not what you tell them to do. When you tell them to be gentle to others, they need to see you gentle to their mother. When you tell them, Prophet says we love other people as we love ourselves, they need to see you love their mother for them to understand what love is. Otherwise, if you're just teaching them by words, just theory, hakuna pale unaenda.
Marriage is not a 50-50 partnership. It is a 100% partnership. Remember, you get what you give.
Your job as a man is to provide for the home financially, for your household. Your job as a man is to ensure the spiritual well-being in your household. You see, your job as a man is to ensure there is great mental health within the family. You see, your job as a man is to ensure your household is emotionally very stable. That is the job of a man of you as ordained by God himself.
If a boy grows up without a father, he cannot get along with all the boy's problems. Boys are more difficult. They often act as their father does.
Everyone at home is female except me and my son. And taking me out of the equation that I've been in Mombasa most of the time, it meant at home the maid is female, 2 sisters are female, the wife is female, even the teacher at school is a lady. You see, and this now plays a very important role, especially when a boy is growing up. There are conversations which I need to have with him as a father. There are conversations which we need to have as a man. You see, and all this now have become very difficult. That is why at every given opportunity, I come to Nairobi and I spend most of the time with him, teaching things about men, teaching things about how boys are supposed to behave. You know, I share his passions. He loves football, so I enrolled him in a football academy. And every Saturday, whenever I'm in Nairobi, I go spend time with him. I take him to the football academy. I watch him practice, I cheer on with him. When they go for matches at different places in Nairobi, I accompany him. And we have great fun together. Sometimes I go with all of them to movies. Sometimes I go for a movie with just him, just to make him understand, like, this is how we do it, this is how a man is supposed to behave, what this movie teaches you, and what it teaches you about not giving up, what it teaches you about being a boy and your responsibilities.
So how influential are parents to their children?
The influence that you have on your child now, it impacts on how yeye pia ataraise mtoto wake. Na yule mjukuu wako ambaye atakuwa raised, itakuwa na impact on the kitukuu ambacho kwamba ataraise. So all that is absolutely important for you to raise generations and generations. Those traits will be passed on. And if you consider, Mtume alivyotuambia kuhusu sadaqatul jariyah, that is one of it.
Putting the bins out, doing repairs are the only few household tasks for which men take primary responsibility.
For me, where I developed really the interest of cooking is when I went to university in India. I was in Hyderabad. They have some of the best food there. But how much, no matter how much you enjoy it, you'll miss home. It reached a time where biryani nyumbani nilikuwa naitamani. Every Friday ilikuwa shazoea pilau, which I didn't have kule, and I really had a rough time. The first time nilipika pilau by myself, and at that time we didn't have YouTube as much. I ended up eating porridge pilau.
There is a flora of films that are centered around the father and child relationship. Maybe it's due to the old saying that men are wired to be more emotionally distant and unavailable.
See, when we see in movies an ideal romantic dinner date for Europeans and Americans would be the man cooking and the lady coming in and finding a well gourmet dish done for them. And people are like, oh, let's do that. That is so nice. It's so nice of you. It's very romantic. But see, these are the examples that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us even before. They are emulating them and see how romantic they are. But if you do it, you find it like it's taken part of your dignity as a man. You see, and that is where culture comes in. it shouldn't stop us from doing what is right by our women as far as religion is concerned.
So how do friends fit in a family?
Even if your friend comes, tells you, oh, we unketliwe, we wampikia mke wako, or why do you have to go in the kitchen to cook? You see, unketio chapati, waskumwa kweli kweli. You see, and if you tell him that, then I'm not the first one, that means what you're saying is essentially, Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam pia ankiliwa chapati. You see, and no one has a comeback to that.
Before we end, let us get one thing clear.
Being gentle and being nice is not a weakness. I like to tell them that showing love to your spouse is not a weakness. I like to tell them that surprise your spouse and spice it up. Spice it up together. Spice it up in the kitchen, spice it up in the living room. Yeah? And share with them everything. Make her feel a partner, not a maid.
The man plays a very important role in the family. As a husband, he has to understand and sympathize with his wife. As a father, he has the responsibility to teach his son and daughter the skills needed to become a good human being. It is not easy to perform all those tasks perfectly simultaneously, but with a strong heart and a clear determination, nothing is impossible.
For me, well, I love to cook, but watching, I'm not a bigger fan of. Yeah? And I feel it is absolutely crucial for your son to see you do that, so that in the end he can be able to take care of himself. He can be self-sufficient. Kesho akienda university, anajua yuaishi alone in a dormitory. Anajua, after I finish eating, I need to clean up after myself. And that is absolutely important.
For Horizon TV, I am Aisha Khan.